Hey everybody, it's time for another Redneck Review with me, Robert. Today we're going to be looking at a story that has really been a great second run for me. Thor, the God of Thunder, the Accursed. This is a story that plays into the Malekith storyline called the Accursed, where Malekith, the most powerful sorceress in the Nine Realms, has been resurrected by the Dark Elves to lead them into a greater future for the Dark Elves. But what he decides to do in this particular one is he decides to just kill all Dark Elves that don't submit to his idea of the future. And he has gone on attacking elves, light elves, all the above. He has guardians, everyone you can think of. All because he's trying to create this darker new kingdom where his idea of justice reigns. And when we last left him in this one, he was being attacked by Malekith's forces. They had just lost a member of their little Asgardian representative team to keep order, the League of Realms, the giant from, I believe it is Svartalfheim. And we find Thor in this picture ready to go after him, saying, unhand me, the dark elf must die. And I mean, they are just hopelessly outnumbered. There's like 7 frost giants, like an army of dark elves. He goes, and they're all just holding the troll, the light elf, the dwarf. All of these people are trying to hold Thor back because he is just ready to go. And Malekith is over here. Thor says, "Lady," he talks to the dark elf that has been chosen to be their representative. "Lady, was there? How nice to see you up and about. Love the new armor. Do not speak to me, kinslayer, betrayer. Betrayer, me? I betraying nothing, my lady. It is my people who have betrayed the old ways, the ways that once made Svartalfheim the strongest and most feared of all the realms. I merely do what I must to deserve who the Dark Elves once were, and who we shall be again once the blood price has been paid, once the yoke of Asgard has been cast aside in favor of the new alliances, and perhaps even the rekindling of some former ones as well. Speaking of which, we have much to discuss, my newfound allies. Shall we retire to our fabulous frozen stronghold of Utgard and leave the so-called League of Realms to lick its wounds?" I just want to give you an idea of how Malekith is. He's really an awesome villain in this one. It's been a real refresher in this arc because the last one, called the God Bomb storyline, just didn't do it for me. But this one's looking really good. I've got to say, interesting protagonist and stuff between these two rivals. And he goes, "Oh, and bury the dead that you've killed. Sons of Laufey, hear the words of Thor. If you harbor this elf, I swear by the throne of Asgard, I will see your mountains melt and your frozen rivers burn. I will turn your land to slush and ash, and you with it." And he's just telling these frost giants, "Look, you do this, and you're mine. You know, you back the wrong pony, the wild mare is going to come and knock you off your horse." It's that. And we see after they leave, after they've gone out, they tell them, "Well, we can handle one little elf." And Thor is just letting the lightning flow. He is just so angry at the loss of his friend, and he goes and he uses lightning to dig a grave for his fallen friend. Here lies Umur Dagvin, son of Jotunheim, defender of realms, a giant of few words, but mighty deeds. And everyone in the Nine Realms is, in the League of Realms, is just saddened by this. They didn't know him very well. They can't even speak very well of him, but they are going to miss their comrade. And you know, it's that sort of band of brothers sort of love and stuff. Right here, it's got them right here, going on how they're going to miss him. And Thor tells him we have to move on, we have to stop him, and you know that's a great little image. Well, the main thing they've been running around so much about this particular story is because they haven't been able to catch up with Malekith. It seems like everywhere they are, they're just a little bit behind him. Thor keeps noticing. And it looks like every time they go around, there's blood seeds everywhere. These bodies are just piling up in their wake. And everyone's wondering why that is. And Wazari, the Dark Elf, says, isn't it obvious? We have a traitor in our midst. And, you know, Thor and the Dark Elves, everyone's looking at each other. The seeds of dissension are starting to appear. And Thor automatically just comes out of nowhere and says, and it's time they paid the price for what they've done. He's talking about the traitor. And he takes his hammer and knocks the troll on his side. Later Wazari holds him down with her magic, and the troll is just incapacitated. I thought it was the troll first when I was reading this too, just because of Ulick and their race and how they've always been on the bad guys team. But all in all, everyone is just trying to figure this out. The Light Elf and he's got a Honeypot is his name, and they're all trying to figure out what's going on. The troll, the dwarf, and everyone's just saying, "Hey, look, we can't do this. We don't have any proof." He tells them, the innocent elves died because of this one. They were their judge, and they were his judge and jury. His honey shot, not me. It only falls to Thor to carry out the sentence. Let go of my arm, he tells him. And everyone's just trying to stop, and Thor just lets the hammer come down. Can I, Thor, son of Asgard, condemn thee to die? It's kind of this dark moment. You keep wondering what's going on with Thor, and it's just, and you see he did it right here. I mean, he's just going a little crazy. And everyone's sort of saddened. They don't know what's going on. And Malekith is in the shadows like he was in some of the other ones. He says, "Ah, bravo, Blondie. We may make a god of you yet." I think I was starting to think at this point that maybe there was something wrong with Thor, and we're going to see about that here in just a second. Well, everyone is trying to figure out what to do next, and basically two of the League of Realms just basically kaputs. They can't handle what Thor did. The only one that stays with him is the Dark Elf Wazari, and they decide there's only one place he hasn't hit yet. Thor goes to the world where miracles happen. Earth, specifically New York City. And Wazari asks her, "Why have we come to this wretched, gaudy world, and its hideous city that smells of urine and fried dough? What is this place we seek, Thor? A place of great magic. Let me do the talking." And they go to a neighborhood beefery, where this guy apparently made a deal with someone in Asgard. He's selling meats from unicorns, mermaids, fairies, and all this other stuff. We find out that it's actually a underground worldly safe house for dark elves, and they apparently, some of them are businessmen in the real world. They can change their shape to match the appearance. And Thor is coming to them to basically ask them to resist Malekith and be wary of him coming. If they don't submit to his will, then they're going to be killed. Well, we find them when he comes to this place. How the Dark Elves proceed to handle their problems is they fight, and this is what they're talking about. You're lacking your wretched old sack of diarrhea. Are you ready to make a budgetary consensus? I mean, apparently they're businessmen, and they're going to argue this through combat, which is really cool. I mean, whoever thought about this really studied their stuff, because they would do this in Rome. They would fight over who would be right, and if you lost the argument, you die. I don't think that's quite the case here, But Thor eventually sees this and he tells him, we're wasting time. Don't you see? If you don't elect one leader, if you don't become one people, then you're just going to be easy prey for Malekith, and your people will die. There's nothing we can do. You may survive Malekith, but what is going to happen to the rest of your people? Thor is actually looking at the entire thing through and through. Well, midway through, we go back to the front of the bistro area, and the guy goes, "Busy day. What can I do? Can I get for you?" "You sell guts, I see. Splendid. I'll take the whole lot." And here's Malekith in this awesome drawing of him, with an army of dark elves, and Thor and Leywazari tell each other, "Hey, we have to sell this. He tells them all, "Stop what you're doing. They're coming." And she's a traitor. He immediately tells them that she's a traitor. Then I was like, why is he calling her the traitor when he killed the troll? Why did he kill the troll then? And we find out that Wazari tells him, "I'm the traitor. I'm the traitor." Used her magic on him, and he keeps calling her a traitor. And we find out that Thor has been infected by some kind of maggot. And she goes, "Now do you see the truth, Thunder God? I was never the traitor. You were." Malekith goes, "Yes, and now he'll die a traitor's death. As will you." Sorry about the little dramatic ratings. I just love Thor. I love the villains in that, and I love to just be in the moment for a minute. Well, anyway, I was all in all very impressed with this half right here. It's been a pretty good story. The art and stuff has been absolutely wonderful. It only had a few advertisements in here. I couldn't see too many. So all in all, the art I'm going to give a 5 because it's great looking art. This whole arc has had really great stuff. The story, as far as an arc or whatnot, I'm going to give a 4 because the only reason I do that is because it was a little wordy and a little too presumptuous in some areas. It wasn't presumptuous. It was just too conversationally, and it kept me from getting into the book a little bit because I had to worry about 4 different people's point of view. It was better towards the end when there wasn't as many people and they cut them back. Well, anyway, guys, that's your redneck review for Thor: God of Thunder. Number 16, The Accursed Part 4. There's one more part to this arc, and I'm going to get you that as soon as possible. So all in all, that's the final score. A 5 on the story, a 4.5 on the art. Talk at you later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Remember, this is Redneck Reviews, and Robert Lawrence, the Red Prince, signing off.